Story time. So, this morning I was talking with someone who attended my quantum activation a couple weeks ago, and they had just listened to the replay that I had made available for a couple weeks after the session. And I asked them, you know, what happened for them? How did they feel? And she said, I felt really good. I felt lighter, and I felt good. But I waited till the last minute to do it. She's like, I didn't do it for these 2 weeks. And I don't know why I always do that. I don't know why I always procrastinate. And I knew that it was going away. And I literally did it the night before it was supposed to go away. And so I had her reflect. I said, well, that seems like an invitation to see why procrastination is a part of your life and why that kind of cycle continues to present itself in your life. And she said, oh, wow, I never really thought about that because I never really thought it was such a big deal, but it is because it's always overwhelming and things always hang over my head when I procrastinate. And I said, right. So that's time for reflection. What part of you feels like it's not safe to be in ease and flow without that kind of overwhelm or without that agitation underlying of like, oh yeah, I have to do that thing, oh yeah, I have to do that thing, oh yeah, I have to do that thing. There's something that is conditioned to perpetuate that feeling in you, and this is an opportunity by acknowledging it to release it. She was like, wow, I never really thought about that. She said, because I didn't feel or see anything major in your session, like I didn't really think that anything big happened. And so I allowed her to see that this is an opportunity of things come up when they come up. And sometimes they are big, sometimes they are like a revelation. And then other times they're very quiet, they're very small, but they're opportunities to notice patterns or something within us that is trying to emerge itself. The thing that came up in our conversation was she said, like a couple hours before she went through the activation, she tried to access the link that I had sent her for the replay, and it came up with the to the sales page again. And so she was confused and she didn't know what to do. So she said she just like clicked out of it and did something else for a while. And then when she went back, it was the link to just open the replay. And she had said, I didn't want to message you and I didn't want to bother you. That's the word she used. I didn't want to bother you um, because I know you're really busy and whatever. So I didn't send you that message. I just thought like maybe I would just try to figure it out myself. And so I said, okay, here's another thing. What part of you feels like you're a burden to connect with other people or to take, maybe in your word, take other people's time? Where did the story of being a burden arise? And if that arises with me and in this setting, does it arise in other relationships and other times of my life? And she said, oh, yeah, of course it does. And I said, okay, so how is that affecting how you show up in the world? What you go for with your dreams? How you take up space? How you use your voice? How is that affecting all of that? And she said, oh, I think it's affecting it a lot. I said, okay, then I think that you did receive quite a bit from this activation. It just maybe wasn't in the actual moment. You didn't see this grand vision in front of you. You didn't hear these clear words in the activation. But hours later, or really hours, she did it last night. Hours later, through conversation and through some more clarity, she's seeing what's meant to be reflected on and what the next step is in her self-discovery journey. So I wanted to just share that because this journey is deep. a journey of self discovery has so many layers. And sometimes we make quantum shifts. And sometimes, like I referenced it this morning, like a big knot in something that's super, super tight. It's very unlikely with one tug on an extremely tight knot, you're going to get that thing undone. You're going to pull and pull and pull and tug, and it's going to loosen and loosen a little bit more. And you might get tired and you have to stop, and then you're going to loosen it a little bit more. And it's going to take some effort and some patience before that knot unwinds. But that's the spiritual journey. That's the journey back to our true self. And that's the beauty. So, if you're willing to take that journey, if you're willing to be patient, little breadcrumbs of revelation will show up for you. And those are the steps, those are the next steps to your soul's journey, to your truth, to your true essence, to whatever it is that you're meant to do and create and be in this world. So I hope that that was helpful. I hope that that's encouraging if you are on this journey or if you're looking to be. Um, you know, it's not always massive, but those little moments, these little times to take a deeper dive into ourselves is what this journey is all about.